Evening, folks. This is Deb Delapiana, and this is a little short take. Okay, we're going to talk about the raid on Mar-A-Lago. So let's talk about this, okay? Because there are some facts here that, the whiny little Republicans, oh my God, Trump is such a victim. This is the kind of shit you do in Nicaragua. We just don't do this stuff in America. You know what? That's an absolute bullshit, okay? So let's talk about exactly what happened. Now, the whole thing has culminated in this, which is what we believe to be the third visit to Mar-A-Lago, okay? The first visit happened in January when a grand jury investigation was opened because boxes of classified documents were removed from the White House by Donald Trump when he lost the presidency. Not when it was stolen, but when he lost it. First of all, and all of the people serving in office should know this, and if they don't know this, they shouldn't be in office. You don't get to take your documents with you when you lose your job at the White House. Those go to the National Archives. So the National Archives representatives there asked for an investigation. They got it. They went and they retrieved 15 boxes, but there were more. So there was a second visit in the spring when federal agents went in looking for classified documents. At least one of those agents was involved in counterintelligence. So this is the third time we visited. We have given Donald Trump all of this time to turn this stuff over, okay? And no one has breathed a word of this to the public in deference to Mr. Trump, okay? So from the perspective of the one that happened the other day at Mar-A-Lago, yes, that was an FBI search and seizure operation. And what you need to understand about that one is that is a legal process. So in order to have a federal search warrant, it has to be authorized by a federal judge. And to get approval, prosecutors must go in front of that federal judge and show probable cause, reasonable suspicion of a crime having been committed. They also have to show evidence of there being more evidence of that crime at the location that they are searching. All of this is done under oath, and all of it was approved by a federal judge. And Merrick Garland, yes, was involved. Okay? This is not a coup, what they did. This was not illegal. Okay? This search was lawful. It was not Watergate, which was a break-in by the Republican Party. And the cover-up was also a crime. So the break-in at the Watergate was a crime. It was not authorized by anybody but Richard Nixon. And the cover-up of said crime was also a crime, which was also authorized by Richard Nixon, but which involved many of his little henchmen. Just like this scenario right the fuck here. Okay? So these people asked politely for the documents back, and they did not get them. And when they do not get them, this is where it gets to. And I would like to also point something out to you. It is illegal for Donald Trump to take classified fucking documents out of the White House. Period. End of story. I don't want to hear about Marco Rubio and his bullshit about the fact that this is what's done in third world countries. Shut the fuck up, Marco. Really. What do you know, actually? So, to this end, Merrick Garland has today asked the authorities in Miami to unseal the warrant that led to this raid, and that it be released to the public so they can see exactly what's going on, but only if Donald Trump approves that release. So they are again deferring to him. So this is essentially putting the onus on the man who blew the lid off the fact that he was being investigated. Okay? He is the one that made this information public when he went out there on social media and he told everybody what was going on. So you know what? Merrick Garland said, pending Donald Trump's approval, release the contents of the warrant. And you know what? What that will do is that will show the public if there is any probable cause there and any crime being investigated, just exactly what he's being investigated for. And you know what? He brought this all on himself because he's a fucking criminal. And you know what? The GOP objecting to all of this, they're objecting to all of this because they're a pack of criminals too. We have 147 seditionists serving in the government. Serving in the government. 147 people who voted to overturn a legitimate election in order to assuage baby cakes Trump, who just cannot let go. He is the center of attention at all times, and that's why he opened his big fat mouth about the raid. So he basically outed himself. So let's open up the contents of that search warrant. Let's see exactly what they're going after. Let's see it all, because this is the way it should be, folks. Donald Trump doesn't get to hide, okay? He has no pass on the legal system and what has to go on here, okay? Merrick Garland did nothing wrong. And by the way, for a man like Kevin McCarthy to threaten the highest ranking law enforcement officer in this country proves that he is unfit for any kind of fucking public service, let alone Speaker of the House, let alone quote at GOP leader. He's not a leader. He's a bootlicker. He's a corrupt, bootlicking Trump excusenik. That's exactly what he is. Let's open it up and let's see exactly what they got. Because you know something? That's how the law works here. You know, no one had a problem when they executed that fake search warrant on Breonna Taylor. Everybody was willing to let them get off after they murdered her, the cops. They blew that whole thing wide open just recently, and Merrick Garland's going after them too. The time is now, folks. This is a country of laws, then we all live by those laws, and that would include Donald Trump. You got a problem with that? I don't know. Why don't you move to, say, Turkey with your friend Viktor Orban instead of turning this into a right-wing authoritarian gulag? How's that work for you? Go get a job in his government. You all fit there fine. I'll talk to you all later.